right. So this is something a little different than what I'm doing as per usual with my buddy Eric, my Yankee friend in America.
Yeah.
And I went to go see the Aquaman film.
Water bitch.
Yes, Water Bitch, exactly. Water Bitch, Water Bitch. Can I do this the right way around? It's got some weird art shit on it. And I got sent these. I went with a friend. A little bits of swag here and there. And it was good overall. But I don't know, Eric, how would you describe the film in, say, like, a sentence or a word? How would you describe it?
Um, a Marvel movie because it's not shitty like a DC movie.
Oh, well, okay. Yeah.
Uh,
That's funny, actually, because I thought maybe I'd be considered weird thinking this, but my nerdy mate that I brought along with me, she was telling me, I don't know if she wants her name mentioned, so I'm just going to call her Green Day, because she looks like she's from Green Day. She was telling me that it felt like a Marvel movie, too. And she was saying that,
yeah.
yeah, she was saying that because it wasn't as dark as what most DC films are. And I don't normally watch DC films. But apparently she was telling me that, nah, like, they normally don't fucking hold punches. And in this, it felt very Guardians of the Galaxy-esque with their humor.
Hmm.
And I haven't seen that either, so I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh, that's something you got to see, dude.
Yes, I need to see that, yes. The way I would describe this movie is... Oh, man, Jason Momoa was great. Oh, yeah. Jason Momoa. I was doing it in the... While we were waiting on the blue carpet, I'll call it, because they didn't have a red carpet, they had a blue carpet where Jason Momoa was up. I'll see if I can find footage and shove it over this. I've got to be careful with what footage
Oh,
I
you're
put up.
talking about the statue?
The statue is later on, but yes, the statue was there. But there was also Jason Momoa. And while we were waiting for that, they were throwing on all these lovely water puns. I haven't shown you yet, Eric, but they gifted me with this lovely bottle of Aquaman purified water. I've drank it now and filled it up with purified fish blood. At least that's what I'm going to call it, because it's red. And, yeah, the others were talking about how the film was going to be. And I already kind of knew how I was going to come out, come out from the film. And, they were like, so how was the story, Matt? How was the music and stuff? And I was like, oh, man, the story? Oh, Jason Momoa, he really delivered really good on the story. So how did it sound? Oh, Jason Momoa sounded great. Oh, how did it look? Oh, man, Jason Momoa looks fucking sick. It's like, well, what do you mean? What about the
He
film, Matt?
almost.
It's like, what are you talking about? What film? That's basically how I came out of the film. Oh, Jason Momoa was great. But yeah, like, I don't know. Even, I didn't get much footage of it. But Jason Momoa, even before the movie started, I didn't actually know this. Apparently the film was shot in Australia. It was produced here. Like, 80 to 90% of it was fucking done here in Australia. So, yeah. I didn't
I
realize
actually
that.
did not. I actually did not know that.
Yeah. I was a bit surprised. He was telling us, it's like, yeah, no, this is. Oh wait, no, he's dark and brooding. Hold on. He's like, yeah, like fucking. It was This is an Australian film, so you should all be very happy with yourselves. This is good. And yeah, it's fucking a joy. And then he pissed off, like, as the movie was going, I think, because he didn't want to get stopped. But yeah. It was good, but it just felt like a Jason Momoa movie, really, rather than an Aquaman movie. It was still good, though. But speaking of story-wise, What did you think of the story?
But I think the story is pretty fucking standard. It's just your
Yeah.
standard superhero story.
Hmm.
You got an origin, you got a catalyst.
Yeah.
You know, you have a call to adventure, and
Hmm.
then there's a love interest, and then bad shit happens, and then he saves the fucking day. Um, but even though it's a pretty standard story
Mm.
with pretty standard beats, I found the movie entertaining. Like, I don't think the movie is great. I don't think this movie is flawless, but I was honestly surprised that it was a good movie. Like, I went in expecting this movie to be a so bad it's good kind of experience, like
Same.
watching Birdemic
Yeah.
or Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
But no, it's like the trailers were fucking awful. Like,
Hmm.
especially the very first trailer.
Hmm.
There was this line of dialogue in that trailer where Aquaman, like, he just bursts into the fucking submarine filled with like pirates, and then
Ah.
the camera like dollies or tracks towards his face,
Yeah.
and he says, "Permission to come aboard."
Yeah.
Whenever he fucking says that, like, I have an
My
aneurysm
God.
because that line of dialogue is just so fucking awful. It's just so cheesy. Like, I honestly think that line of dialogue was solely written to make every middle-aged single mother climax in the fucking theater.
I know. But all the women and stuff that were trying to get his attention at the premiere, I bet if he just said that to them, one of the women yelled at him, "I love you, I love you, Momoa," and he yells back like, "I fucking love you too." If he just said that instead, like, "Permission to come aboard."
Yeah. Oh my. Okay, if he were to say that, his fucking wife would beat the living shit out of
Oh yeah.
him. For starters.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And second off, these fucking thirsty ass bitches, they need to like chill. Like okay, this man, he's taken, and he has kids. Like, leave him the fuck alone.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
there's no way in hell you ever have a chance with him.
Mhm.
Them thinking I have a chance with Jason Momoa is like me thinking I have a chance with Scarlett Johansson. It's not gonna fucking happen.
Maybe she likes Mexican. Yeah.
Well,
A lot of
she's
people go to
fucking
Taco Bell.
married.
Well, maybe there's that 1 in a million chance that she wants to be in a polygamous relationship. She wants multiple boyfriends,
Oh,
and then in that
that's
case,
kind
then
of
you're
that.
lucky.
Then I'll get the fucking clap. No thanks. Anyways, we're getting off topic here. We're talking about sexually transmitted diseases. We're here to talk about Aquaman, no STDs.
I know.
Anyways,
Sorry.
but anyways, but yeah,
One other thing I wanted to mention. Sorry. Was because you were mentioning the fans and that. There were people there with Aquaman pop vinyls. And they were trying to get his attention and stuff. I was at the back. I didn't get to say hi to him or anything because there was a lot of us. There was like 120 of us trying to get his attention. And that was just in the fan area. And I'm just there sort of, with my camera out and I'm waving, saying hi. I think he waved at me. I'm not sure. And then the others are trying to push ahead of the others with their fucking pop vinyls. It's like, Jason, sign this, Jason. And like, fuck off! Don't fucking do that, right? First of all, he's not walking around with a permanent marker specifically for you. He's like, oh, let me get this out and just fucking, here you go, mate. Put that on eBay. Fucking, I mean, I understand why, but like, look, if he doesn't say hi to you, don't be a grumpy fuck about it, okay? There's a lot of us. But sorry, okay, I've had my bitch fest. Carry on.
Okay, we're talking about the story here.
Yes.
But okay, the story. Like I said, it's pretty like standard. It's nothing bad, although at times the dialogue is dreadful.
Yeah.
But it's fine. Like, it's fine. It's fine for an amateur screenwriter. But this guy who wrote it, I think his name is William Beale.
Mm-hmm.
He's not an amateur screenwriter. This is like his third or fourth screenplay.
Oh.
He was originally, I think he originally worked as a private investigator before he took up the pen and decided to be a screenwriter. I don't know what made him want to write for film, but you know that's something. But anyways, but yeah, but this guy has not improved his writing that much since the last film of his that I saw. He wrote the screenplay. I don't know if you heard this movie called Gangster Squad. It's with Ryan Gosling, what's his face, Josh Brolin, you know, Thanos, and Emma Stone.
Yeah.
It's pretty much he wrote the screenplay for that movie. It's pretty much an adaptation of this book about this squad of cops in the 1950s or late 1940s that teamed up to take down Mickey Cohen, who was like this harsh, fucking brutal gangster boss back in Los Angeles during those times.
Yeah.
And I heard the book. The book is actually very good because it's, you know, because it's true shit. This shit actually happened.
Mm-hmm.
But the movie adaptation, however, I saw it and it's bad.
Yeah.
Like it's off. It's hilariously awful.
Mm-hmm.
It had some really fucking terrible dialogue. There's one scene that I remembered because of how fucking stupid it was. It was pretty much a pun, pretty much. Like, there's, like, Mickey Cohen, played by Sean Penn, with terrible makeup.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he goes in a room with a henchman who fucked up. Like, the henchman was supposed to, like, kill these cops, but he makes a mistake. And so Mickey, he goes up to another guy, and he's like, hey, Paulie, you know the drill. And so Paulie grabs a fucking power drill and starts fucking impaling the guy who fucked us right in the fucking face with this fucking power drill. Well, and I'm like, holy fucking shit, this is some A-level writing right here. You know the drill, and they use the drill to kill him. That's so fucking clever.
Oh, yeah, you know the drill. Yeah.
That's not on the nose at all.
That was pretty much all the jokes in Aquaman. And they had a lot of jokes. A lot.
It did. There were a lot of them that... Although, I gotta admit, there was one joke that made me... There were two times where the movie actually made me laugh. Mm-hmm. Like, when they were in the desert, when Aquaman and Mera were in the desert, and they were trying to, like, activate this fucking contraption of whatever with water.
Yeah.
And Arthur was like, oh, we could have just peed on it.
Yeah.
I thought that was actually kind of funny.
Yeah.
And then there's this other part that made me fucking laugh. This isn't really a spoiler. But it was, but an Atlantean soldier, he somehow manages to be, you know, like
they break his
on
helmet.
Earth. They break his helmet, and he's like, you know, oh my god, I need some water. And then he looks to his left, and there's a fucking toilet bowl.
For the record, for some people who don't know, it's not a spoiler, but if you're not one of the hierarchies, I think you can't breathe. They can't breathe air. They need water.
Yeah.
They're like goldfish. They need
Yeah,
water.
you gotta be part of the royalty. But
Yeah.
I don't think royalty. By royalty, I don't think they mean by blood, because Volko, who's pretty much the king's hand.
Yeah.
The counselor, whatever. He's not, you know, he doesn't have royalty in his blood, but you know, he's the king's hand. I think what they mean by title, like royalty by title.
Okay, right.
But I don't know how that works biologically. Like, do you, like, okay, like, let's say I become the new king's hand. I'm the new Volko now. And the moment Aquaman, you know, gives me the title of the king's hand, like, do I automatically just grow, like, an extra pair of lungs or gills that allow me to breathe out of water? Like, do I just evolve, like, right then and there? Like, I don't get it.
Yeah. You'll have to...
Or maybe...
You'll have to forgive me, especially because I don't know shit about Aquaman. So, walking into this, though, I feel like I understand, though. At least the majority of it now. At least if it's based off of the original Aquaman. But anyway.
Well, I'm sorry, continue.
No, it's fine. I was just going to say, you were mentioning the toilet.
Oh yeah, where the fucking Atlantean sees a toilet and he just fucking sticks his head inside the bowl and he's like, oh, he's relieved.
He's,
I actually thought that was kind of funny too.
They don't go back to him either. And he's stuck his head in the toilet. If he sticks it out, he's dead. So he's basically just
Yeah,
doomed.
he's fucked. He's staying there
Yeah.
forever. He's staying inside that fucking tiny little restroom
Yeah.
in fucking
In the middle of
what's
Italy,
it called?
was it?
That was Sicily.
Sicily, yeah. Just fucking
Yeah.
stuck there. Face first.
I want to
shit.
see I want to see a 2-hour movie of this guy, trying to survive in the human world.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like just try to survive with his head in the toilet, and it becomes like that
too.
movie, like what's that movie, Castaway, with the soccer ball.
Castaway. Yeah, that Castaway or 127 Hours with James Franco. Either one.
He
pretty much.
finds a little turd in the toilet bowl and he names it like fucking log or something. He tries to like fashion a small little thing around his head and he accidentally flushes the toilet. Log, no! Just to find his way out back into the ocean. It's like, no! Gets back to the ocean, he's got this big thick beard. The fuck happened to you?
But anyways,
Yeah.
but let's talk about the acting. What do you
Yeah.
think about the acting?
Yeah. In regards to the acting, oh, Jason Momoa was great, man. Oh, yeah.
As himself, right?
Oh, yeah. It was like, yeah, it wasn't really like... It was just him being himself. I think what you just said, the submarine thing, permission to come aboard, that pretty much summarizes everything. That's because we've already seen him do Dark Brooding, which is the other half of his acting in this. You know,
Yeah.
we've seen him do Khal Drogo and all other characters. He's either saying something like, I am Aquaman, or it's just like, oh, could have just peed on it. Like,
Yeah, saying a joke.
yeah. It's just either Jason Momoa being Jason Momoa, or Jason Momoa putting on his mean face.
I honestly don't even think they gave the guy a script. I think the director just gave him a fucking 6-pack and he tried it and said, "Okay, be yourself."
Okay. Nah.
But I'm actually okay. I'm actually fine with this iteration of Aquaman. Because Thor, he had a similar problem
Mm-hmm.
with in his respective solo films. Because in the Avengers films, he's likable and he has a lot of humor.
Yeah.
But in his first 2 solo films, Thor and then Thor: The Dark World, he's just a boring, stoic, serious character. Which once in a while he'd throw a funny line, like that one line in the first movie where he's drinking coffee at a diner. And he's like, "This drink, I like this. Another," and then he just slams it on the fucking floor.
Yeah.
Like I thought that was funny, but
Yeah.
but I still thought he was like too like serious. I mean, they try to make him like how he is in the comics, because in the comics he's a pretty serious character, but
Mm-hmm.
he'll throw in a joke or two.
Yeah.
But then Thor Ragnarok came along and they fucking just made him
Very
a
serious.
total crowd pleaser. No, but the opposite actually. They pretty much changed him. It's like same thing with Star-Lord. Star-Lord in the comics, he's a very, very serious character. But in the movies, they made him into this total, goofball. But but they made him more likable to the audience. They wanted to appease to a much wider audience, and that's why they changed Thor in Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
And I think that's what they did with Aquaman, because Aquaman is kind of like the Thor of DC.
Yeah. Definitely.
Because he's a very serious, character. He takes his title of king seriously, and they didn't want audiences to be bored or feel disconnected. So they're like, okay, let's just make him, a fun and likable character, and that's what they did. They did make him to a fun, likable character, and choosing a guy like Jason Momoa to play Aquaman was, a great idea, because the guy, from what I've seen, how he is like in real life, he seems like a really fucking fun and chill guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, as mentioned, all the footage that I've seen of Jason Momoa is him drinking beers and throwing fucking tomahawks around. It just sounds like the manliest man. And that's even how I've described Jason Momoa to people who are asking me, "Oh, where are you going today, Matt?" "Oh, I'm gonna see a movie with Jason Momoa." "Oh, who's that?" "Oh, it's like Chris, Thor." So, "Oh, all right, yeah, it's like him but brown and tats."
It's like him, but brown.
It's like if you took what's his name again? Thor. What's his name? What's the actor's name? Chris Hemsworth.
Hemsworth.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like if you took Chris Hemsworth, and is it Maui from that one Disney film?
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah,
Fucking The Rock.
yeah. You took those two characters and fucking mashed them together. You got like a really
That's
muscly, long-haired Maui with like a huge six-pack. He's got that humor that Maui has. Like, yeah, Maui time! But he's still like tough enough to be like, yeah, I'm a brute.
He's got that beard as well. Don't forget it.
Yeah,
Chicks did the beard.
Yeah, yeah. I was having some people comment just when I was standing next to the statue. I was like, oh, hey, yeah.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah. Um, what did you think? If well, actually, before we get to that, the funny bit that I liked, but I thought it just got a bit too funny in my taste. But yeah, it's I think you've explained it well. They're just trying to, please a wide audience, like kids and stuff as well.
Yeah.
It was the fish gag right at the beginning. It was like how his mum, he's like new to everything. She wakes up from passing out. She sees the goldfish. She's like, oh fuck yeah. And he's like,
Yeah.
oh, I was gonna make you some food, but don't eat my dog, please. I like him. And yeah. I did.
I think
Yeah.
I think I'm one of the few people that finds his mom hotter than Mira.
Which one was Mira again? Was that the new queen,
That's
the redhead?
Ariel. Yeah.
Yeah,
The little
Ariel.
fucking mermaid.
If anyone forgets, that's what I'll call it now if I forget Ariel. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think they're both not bad. I think they're both pretty attractive. Like, all the main characters seem very attractive. I've noticed. Jason Momoa, the two women, the Green Goblin.
Yes, especially the Green Goblin.
I'll get you, Spider-Man! Godspeed.
Oh god.
As soon as I saw him, I was like, oh my god, it's gonna be a too stupid that it's hilarious film, isn't it?
Didn't he had a fucking man bun in that movie?
He did. He had a man bun. Tied his hair up. He kind of looked like he wanted to be a part of the Matrix. Is that, what if I told you, young Spider-Man, that this reality is not the real one? And in your reality, you're allowed to see underwater.
It sounds like a fucking prologue dialogue for Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Which is a really fucking good movie, by the way.
It's Aquaman's version of the Matrix. They'll call it Under the Sea.
Damn, that was almost as bad as the writing in the fucking movie.
Well, there you go. That's probably why I didn't hate the film. Because it's
right.
just but yeah. Well, we haven't talked about the music yet, or the sound effects, and there's
let's first talk about the acting of the other characters, Mara, played by Amber Heard. I thought she did a better job playing Mara in this film than she did in Justice League, because I thought she was, even though she only had like a 5-minute screen time in Justice League, she was so fucking boring and uninspiring in that movie. And she served no purpose. Like, she didn't have to be in that movie at all. Like, all she did was tell Aquaman, you should, do something about this terrible CGI villain. And then he's like, okay. That was her only purpose in that fucking movie. But in this movie, they actually gave her more of a purpose, and they made her, likable.
Okay.
And I think they did a good job with that. Like, her acting was fine in this movie. I forgot his name. Is it Patrick Wilson? The guy playing Ocean Master?
Oh, yeah. Like, Yeah, I mean that comes later on in the film when the Ocean Master thing comes into play. But yeah, like his
Yeah,
brother. He plays his brother. Yeah. Is that what
yeah,
you're on
yeah. I
about?
thought he was pretty good too.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't actually. I walked in not even realizing who that guy was, and I was like, oh, okay, like, and that was a benefit though because I didn't have a bias. I just
Mhm.
thought he was an actor, and I was like, oh, okay, like this guy's
Yeah,
pretty good. He's a pretty
yeah.
decent villain. He wasn't amazing. I felt like he did some stupid shit as well. But I thought overall, nah, it's a decent villain. He wasn't like fucking, I want power for the sake of power. It was like, no, I want to do this because I feel like this is the right thing to do. Yeah, like,
And he had some pretty good motivations behind why, he fucking hates human beings. But
yeah,
we'll get into that into the spoiler territory.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Well, we'll
Yeah.
talk about more of it there. But yeah, I feel like he did well. Loved his screaming that he did throughout all the films. Throughout all the scenes. It felt like he was a paladin marching into war or something. Like, "Hurrah! Hurrah!" It's like, okay.
He he even kind of dressed like one, like in the final battle.
He does, which does paint a little bit of irony into it, doesn't it? It's like, who is the
Yeah.
bad guy here? That stupid
And
fucking thing on his head, though. Sorry to interrupt again. That stupid fucking red visor on his head. What was that?
oh, you mean his fucking like helmet?
It wasn't the helmet. It was these weird fucking Cyclops-looking visors over his head. And I thought, okay, that's fine. Kind of makes him look like a dragon. But whenever he fucking, like he does a mean face or something, the eyes, they follow
Oh,
him.
yeah, they're animated. They're animated
Yeah.
like Deadpool.
Yeah, it looks like Atlantean steel, I think it's called. So it's like if
Yeah.
you had, like, a medieval helmet, but if you got angry, the eye visor area followed your eyes. So it was like, "Ugh, I'm angry. My visors are also angry. Ugh." And I just couldn't take that seriously. I was like, take that fucking thing off your head. Just, no.
I actually didn't mind the way they look. I thought they looked kind of cool. Like, I honestly thought most of the CGI in this movie was pretty fucking good.
Mm.
There are some bits and pieces where I thought it looked bad.
Yeah.
But, we'll get into that in spoiler territory.
Yeah.
But, but let's see. Fucking Ivan Drago from Rocky 4 is in this fucking movie, and I think that's awesome.
Was he was, if, it's not a spoiler if we say what his son becomes later, is it? Because that's just...
What, his son?
Yeah, if I'm correct, because there's the pirate, yeah, and then there's the pirate's father.
Oh no, that's not Dolph Lundgren. That's
No?
not Ivan Drago. Dude.
Oh, okay,
Ivan
who's
Drago, come on. The Russian from Rocky.
Oh, the
I almost broke
Russian!
you.
Oh, I thought he was the black fella from Rocky. The one
That's
who Rocky
Apollo.
beats. Oh, Apollo, yeah.
Holy shit, dude.
Well, okay, I'm sorry, I was a small child. Okay? I haven't
That's
properly
no
seen
excuse.
these films. I need to just
That's
sit
no
down
fucking excuse.
and watch them. I'm shit at names. I'm sorry.
But anyways,
Yeah, what did he do? What did he do then? Sorry.
He's King Nereus, the red-haired king, the father of Mira.
Yeah. Okay.
Honestly, I think he could have ended this war if he just said, "I must break you," to like fucking Orm, and Orm would be like, "Okay,
I
I'll
must
fucking
break
stop
you."
now."
Yeah, like, that was a bit loose, their argument for him joining, but I was like, okay, well, whatever, that's fine. Yeah. The humans attacked them randomly, so that makes sense. He would be a little spooked, but at the same time, it's a fucking submarine. Do you really think that'd stand a chance?
We're
Like-
getting into spoiler territory. Let's not get into
Oh.
that just yet.
Oh, okay.
We're so sorry. We're fucking terrible at this. We're
No,
sorry.
it's not a spoiler. It's fine. It happens like a little bit into the film. It's fine. Next thing you're gonna
Okay.
say that some other person. No. Okay.
Okay, the music. You want to talk about the music? I thought the music was typical studio mandated superhero music.
Yeah.
I almost wanted to yank my balls off when that song "Africa" by Pitbull.
Oh
started
my
playing.
God! Yes, thank you. Oh my God! Yeah.
Yeah.
There was such a meme thing. They did like a. It didn't sound like the normal Africa song though, right? It was like some sort
Nah,
of a remix or something.
yeah, by Pitbull, everybody's favorite singer.
Yeah, it was fucking hell. I was like, well, they're
Ooh,
pleasing the meme peeps now. You just hearing the
yeah.
Africa thing while they're flying on a helicopter. I'm like, all right, cool.
I thought that was just
Mm.
bad. And then let's see what else. And there was this one song that didn't match what was going on in the scene.
Was it when?
This is not a spoiler because I'm
Yeah.
sorry, what were you gonna say?
I was I was just gonna say, was it the scene where they were running away from his brother and that weird dubsteppy Tron music was starting to play? Is that?
Actually, no. I actually thought that was okay. It was a decent fit. I was mostly referring. I was referring to the scene where Black Manta becomes Black Manta, like he's making the suit and shit inside his little ship or submarine.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, what kind of music was that again? I don't remember that one.
I don't fucking know. It sounds like pop,
Yeah.
or edgy pop. It sounds like an edgy pop. I don't
Yeah.
even know what's the correct term. I'm not gonna say synth wave or new wave because
Yeah.
nah, synth and new wave sounds way different than that.
I might have blanked it out of my mind because of how bland it was.
It didn't match what was going on in the scene at all. Like it
Yeah.
just like the song on its own is okay, I guess, but with the scene together with the scene, it just didn't work for me.
Mm-hmm. um,
Um,
I suppose in the playing devil's advocate, what kind of music are you supposed to put in an Aquaman movie? Because, like, I thought some of the stereotypical stuff worked fine, and then sometimes when they threw in some of that Tron-like music, I kind of felt like I was in Tron or The Matrix, but at the same time, it was like, I suppose it kind of works, sort of. And then I was thinking,
it
like, well, what?
can.
Yeah, and then I was just wondering, like, what kind of music are you supposed to put in an Aquaman film? Like, I don't know. Like, how do you change it? I don't know. Like,
Yeah. I mean, I think that dubstepy kind of music can work.
huh,
Like, I remember they played something like that when Aquaman was taken to Atlantis for the first time by Mera,
yeah,
and I thought it fit the scene pretty well.
yeah. I suppose it
Um,
works because of the idea of, new technology. It's all sci-fi and it's all new. It's futuristic looking. They even play that up in the whole film. Like, oh, Atlantis is this very super futuristic thing beyond time and stuff. So that's a bit. Yeah. No, you know what? Yeah. No, I kind of take back my hasty opinion. I agree with you. Yeah, the Tron music works.
yeah, but the best thing about this movie is the fucking action. Like when action
Mm,
happens, it's fucking awesome.
yeah.
Like from the beginning to the very end. Like the fight between Aquaman and Black Manta in Sicily, I thought that was well done. Really fucking well done. Like,
Mhm.
not only did we see what they were both capable of, but we also see what Mera can do as well. Like,
Mhm.
they gave each character in there, in that scene, a purpose, and it was done really well.
Yeah.
Um, I really wish I could talk about it more, but you just want to take it to spoiler territory?
Um.
Or
Yeah.
is there anything else you want to mention?
Um. We'll put it in spoiler territory if you like, and from here we can talk about just your favorite bits, your worst bits, just whatever the fuck. Yeah. So
Okay.
this is free
Well,
for
for
all
any
now. So anyone here, yeah, fuck you. I'm gonna drink my fish blood, and you can get fucked if you complain
All
now.
right. Well, for anybody who's interested, which I doubt, my rating for this movie is a 7 out of 10,
Oh
and I'm
shit,
typically a pretty harsh critic.
he is.
Yeah, I am. 7 out of 10. That's actually, you know, not bad. That's actually something worth seeing. So I
Yeah.
recommend seeing it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to see Justice League or any of the other previous DC entries to understand this movie.
Yeah.
Although I do recommend Wonder Woman.
Mm-hmm.
That one was actually pretty good too, but I like that movie just a tad bit more.
Yeah.
Everything else, don't avoid.
Mm. Because one of the reasons why I wanted to bring you on is because I don't know shit about a lot of these films. I know.
Oh, well,
I
I
know.
do.
Yeah, exactly. We're two opposites here. You know a lot about this, and you're a screenwriter, so you know a bit more of the ins and outs of this kind of thing. I don't.
Yeah.
I represent the dumb side of the community that's just like, what Aquaman? And I walked away.
Okay.
And I walked away understanding, like, yeah, okay, I kind of know what Aquaman is now. Yeah, yeah. All right, cool. So I can concur with that. Yes, stupid man agrees. I understand.
Well, I'm glad I can enlighten you with some Aquaman knowledge or any sort of knowledge regarding DC comic book characters or Marvel if you got anything about Marvel. But this is a DC film discussion, so I'm thinking it's gonna be mostly DC.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, just to give you some enlightenment, this DC, it's called the DC Extended Universe. I don't know why.
Mm.
I'm guessing because it's implying that the film universe is going to somehow connect to the DC TV shows, but I doubt it's ever going to fucking happen.
Mm.
So I'm just going to call it the DC Cinematic Universe, because that's what it is. It's a strict universe that's only going to span across films in Hollywood and nowhere else.
Yeah.
No other medium. But anyways, they launched their first film back in 2013 with Man of Steel, the edgy, realistic take on Superman, directed by Zack Snyder.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people fucking hated this movie because Superman was just so fucking boring and brooding and too serious.
Yeah.
Like honestly, like this is the movie what Aquaman could have been if they stuck to, making Aquaman how he is in the comics. But no, they're like, no, we want to appeal to a wider audience, and that was a very smart move.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know how they fucked up with Man of Steel. Like, they took a character who's already fun, who's already cheesy, has a sense of humor, and is very inspiring.
Mm-hmm.
And they thought to themselves, okay, let's make him to Batman.
Okay.
And that's the biggest mistake with Man of Steel. They just made him to just someone who's just so boring and fucking depressing.
Yeah.
Although it does have some good parts. The soundtrack is very, very good because it's by Hans Zimmer.
Sounds like they tried to Batman him up too much. At least, current day Batman.
They did,
Good
yeah.
Superman.
And they made his adopted human father, Pa Kent. They made him into such a fucking asshole. Not to him, but like, it just made no sense. Like, he's all like, okay, Clark, you can't show your real self to human beings. And he's like, so what? So if people are in trouble, should I just let them die?
Mm-hmm.
And his fucking dad says, maybe. And I was like, whoa, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's just like, well, maybe they deserve to die.
Like, ow, the edge. Like, where the fuck did this come from?
The edge, you're gonna fucking cut me, man. Oh, so sharp. Ugh.
Yeah, and it had some fucking terrible dialogue. Like, there's a scene where Lois Lane, she's like in Antarctica or whatever. She goes inside a fucking cabin, and then the guy, like her handler or whatever the fuck, he's like, okay, you're gonna stay here. And then she fucking says, what if I got a tinkle? As in, what if I have to piss? Like, what the fuck? Tinkle?
What if
Are
I
you
have
fucking
to
6
tinkle?
years old?
I need to tinkle.
Like, who wrote this? This is fucking awful dialogue. But overall, I don't think this movie is a piece of shit, like how many people say it is. I think it's just mediocre.
See, because in Australia, it hasn't come out yet. So, what, the Yanks don't like it then? They just think it's shit. Is that what's coming out of
Wait,
there?
no, Man of Steel has been out since 2013.
Oh, sorry.
my friend.
I thought you were referring to Aquaman then. Sorry, my bad.
No,
Like that last
no,
bit
no,
from
no.
Farrugia.
This is
My bad.
I'm
Man
just
of Steel.
giving you a brief history of the DC Cinematic Universe, starting with Man
Okay.
of Steel. Man of Steel, a lot of people hated it. I personally think it's not as bad as
Okay.
everybody else thinks it is. I just think it's mediocre.
Yeah.
Like a 5 out of 10, maybe a 4 out of 10.
Yeah.
Then 3 fucking years later, come 2016, we had, the big event. It's Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice. The first movie with both Batman, Superman in it, with a cameo of Wonder Woman, who really did not have to be in the movie.
Yeah.
Wow, this one was just bad. There was almost nothing good about it, apart from the awesome Batman warehouse fight scene at the end. I thought that was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but okay, they kept Superman being depressed. They made Lex Luthor into a fucking cartoon character. Like they made him. It's like they casted the. It's like they casted. Remember that bird who does the cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs commercials?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like imagine him as fucking Lex Luthor, and that's pretty much what you got in this fucking movie.
Oh god. I'm cuckoo for
Yeah,
Superman.
There you go. Yeah, exactly. That's pretty much it. That's the best fucking summary of this iteration from this fucking movie. But
Mm-hmm.
and then Batman. They made him to such a fucking idiot in this movie. Okay, there's a scene where he's spying on these mercenaries that are working for Lex, like in this dock at this shipyard.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like really, really high up on top of this crane, I think. And he has like a rifle, and he shoots a tracking device, a little tracker, on the part of a truck.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought to myself, okay, he's gonna wait for that truck to stop, at its base or whatever, so he can know its whereabouts, track it down, and infiltrate it. Like in the Arkham Asylum games, and get whatever it is he wants to get. In this case, a piece of kryptonite.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, that's a very Batman thing to do. Wait for it to to stop, and then and take it. Go through the ventilation shafts and fuck anybody up who's in the way. But no, here's what he fucking does. After he shoots the truck with a tracking device, he gets on his fucking Batmobile and starts blowing everybody up in his fucking way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, holy fucking shit. Like, I thought you wanted to track down this fucking truck, not go on a goddamn killing spree.
It's the only way. It's the only way to do it, man.
And it fucking annoys me when people are saying, oh, this is the best version of Batman. Like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I think what they really mean to say is, this is the best looking Batman, because I agree, this Batman looks fucking awesome.
Yeah.
It's just too bad he's a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
But,
I never use guns. I never kill.
Yeah.
Just bang.
But yeah, anyways, 3 out of 10.
Okay.
Fuck, that movie's bad.
Yes. Moving.
And honestly, I hate Suicide Squad so much, I don't even want to talk about it. I'm just gonna say 2 out of 10.
Oh, people are gonna fucking just disregard everything you've said now. And they're like,
oh, well,
he didn't even like
too
Suicide
fucking bad.
Squad. Yeah.
Well, that's just my opinion. Take it or leave it.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman's pretty good. 8 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
My only complaint was the third act finale with the CGI villain.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it just looked bad. Bad green screen, bad CGI. The villain just sucked.
Mm-hmm.
How
would you
overall?
Yeah.
What were you gonna ask?
I was just gonna say, how would you compare Aquaman then to all of those, considering that you've seen them and your opinions of them all are mixed and shit? Would you say this is an improvement?
I definitely an improvement, especially if you compare it to its previous installment, which is Justice League.
Okay.
That's also another movie I don't want to talk about too much. I fucking hated that movie. It's a 1 out of 10. But yeah, like Wonder Woman's first place. To me, that's the best film in this DC cinematic universe by far. And then second place is Aquaman, and then Man of Steel, and then everything else just at the fucking bottom of the shit barrel.
Okay.
But anyways, that's my brief history, although kind of half-assed. My brief history of the DC cinematic universe.
That's fine.
And pretty much my opinion on them. But anyways, now let's move on to this.
Now we can in this so they know what is what. But carry on.
Okay, now we can move on to the spoilers.
Yes. So what was like your favorite bits, your worst bits? Yeah.
My favorite bits, a few of my favorite bits are, I really like the fucking fight scene in the beginning when Atlanta, Arthur's mom, like she fucking beats up all those Atlantean soldiers that got into the house. Yeah. And it was all done in a single take. Mm-hmm.
It was all done in a single take?
I thought that was pretty fucking cool. Yeah, it was done in a single take.
Oh, fuck. I didn't even
You
realize.
didn't notice?
I didn't realize. So they had to like go action, and then the whole thing was done in one take.
It was all done in a single take, yeah. Without cutting. Like the fight ended as soon as like the single take ended as soon as she fucking impaled. She drew the fucking trident at the last soldier, yeah.
Shit.
I thought the choreography was pretty good. How it was done. Just doing a single take of anything, especially a fight scene like that, is very ambitious.
Yeah.
And they nailed it. However, there were times in that fight scene where I could tell it's CGI.
Yeah. I mean, you're gonna get that, of course.
I mean, you are, and not only that, like all the Atlantean soldiers, like all their gear look pretty good, except for the ones that come in white. The white Atlantean soldiers, their gear just looks fake. It just looks plasticky, you know?
It looked all very Halo-esque to me, which, again, I know this is futuristic in sci-fi, but I forget what they're called in Halo, but I felt like those things where their faces split, I felt like they were fighting those guys, like, at some point. Especially when you see
their faces split?
Yeah, I forget what those aliens are called.
The Elites?
The Elites, I think what they're called. Yeah. It's what the Arbiter was in Halo and stuff. I'm assuming they're elites. Like, especially when the fucking red ones came out, the big red ones, I just felt like they'd be like, we're looking for the Halo. Like,
oh, yeah.
It was just a bit corny looking, but it was alright.
The red ones look way better than the white ones.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, but the white ones just look plasticky, like a plastic stormtrooper outfit I can get at Walmart or something.
Yeah. It's always fucking white and reds recently, actually. Stormtroopers have been fucking white, and then in the new Star Wars films, the big boss's guard were red, and in this film, it's all white and red too.
Yeah, I haven't seen the newest Star Wars film, and I don't think I ever will.
I don't remember if that was. I don't remember if that was the... Yeah, no, that was the last Star Wars film. Yeah, you're not missing
The Last Jedi.
Yeah, you're not missing out on much. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
But yeah.
But let's see.
So
let's see another bit that I like. The fucking war at the end. Where it was Ocean Master's army versus
Mr. Krabs.
Mr. Krabs.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Krabs' army. The brine.
We will not fight with your money.
Give us more gold, you asshole.
We will only fight with you unless we get more gold.
I thought that whole battle sequence was fucking awesome. Like I said before, the action in this movie is like cranked up to 11. It's fucking cool. And another thing, this is such a gorgeous movie to look at. It is such a pretty movie to look at.
I liked the water effects that they did as well, which I forgot to mention.
Yeah.
Like on the hair and even on his facial hair, however so slightly sort of... It sounds very retarded, but like even like how his beard sort of waves around in the water. It sort of makes it. It just adds that extra bit of atmosphere, and I think how the higher ups speak to each other under the water, like they make some sort of weird echo effect, as if they're speaking telepathically or something, which I kind of liked as well. I heard some people mentioned it was a little jarring, but even then they were like, "Oh no!" Like after 5 minutes in, I started to like it. Like I think it took a little getting used to, which I can understand. I did find it really fucking corny though, how young Jason Momoa was like, "Oh my god, I could talk underwater! Oh my god, I'm talking to you underwater!"
Oh shit, that reminds me. There's that, not him, not this Jason Momoa. Okay, there's 4 of them. Okay, there's 5 Jason Momoas in this movie apart from the Jason Momoa, the one that we all know.
You should probably mention that they're not big hulking beasts. They're like younger versions.
Actually, there's 6 of them. There's 6 Jason Momoas apart from the main one. Okay, you got
his baby.
You got him as a baby. You got him as a baby, and then you got him as like a 3 or 4 year old. When his mom left.
Yeah.
And then you got him when he's 7 or 8, when he's talking to the sharks in the aquariums, and then those two assholes try to bully him and shit.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then, okay, that's 3. And then the 4th one was the one you telling me about, the teenager one. Where he's like, oh my god, I can talk to fish underwater?
Talking to fish underwater? Yeah, and then there was the 5th one where he was saying,
He's like
am I
in his
not going to
early
see my
20s.
mom? Yeah.
Oh, yes,
Where's
that's
Mama?
the one I wanted to get to. That's the one I wanted to get to. I thought his acting was so awful. It was really
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I thought that whole delivery of him being like, "Oh my god, you lied to me. I want to see my mom." I thought that
Lied
was
to
really
me.
bad.
If I can, fuck. I don't know if I can stick a clip of it in there, but it just reminds me of that fucking, not Anakin. Fuck, the one who becomes Darth Vader, you know? That one scene in the first... Is it the first film? Second film that nobody likes to talk about? And he's like, I will become the most powerful Jedi Master in the world.
That is Anakin.
Yeah, Anakin there, yeah. That's...
You said it wasn't.
I wasn't sure. I thought Anakin was, the one who trained...
Luke?
No, not
Obi-Wan.
Luke. I think the one who trains
Obi-Wan.
Luke and then gets killed. Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan.
I got him mixed up with Obi-Wan. As mentioned, I'm shit with names. But that's what that scene reminded me of. Like, I will become the most powerful Jedi Master. Like, all fucking yeah. But we can't blame Jason for that. That's not him. That's just a different actor.
That's definitely
Never heard
not
of it.
Jason's fault. That's whoever. Yeah, I don't even know his fucking name.
Yeah.
That's
He
whoever
might be
this
famous,
guy
don't know.
is.
But yeah, I don't know. Never heard of him.
I think he's a model actor. You know, like people that are hired just based on their looks, not based on their acting merits.
Yeah.
I think this guy falls under that category.
Yeah. I feel like he did what he needed to do, but it was still, like, a bit weird.
Bad.
It was like Anakin
It's-
Skywalker bad. So, yeah.
If by weird you mean cringy, then okay.
Yeah, exactly. Cringy. That's what Anakin is described. Yeah, that's
Like,
just
even-
the definition of Anakin, cringe.
Yeah, when he was even fucking what's his face, Willem Dafoe in that scene. Even he looked like he just wanted to get this scene over and done with because this kid is just such a bad actor.
I'm sorry, Spider-Man. I mean, you know what? Whatever. I'd rather do that fucking film again.
He calls everybody who in their mid-20s Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Yeah. Because that's just all he sees. He just sees Tobey Maguire again. It's like, Godspeed, Spider-Man. Hope you're fucking
Holy
good
shit.
without your movies now. But yeah.
But yeah, he was bad. And then speaking of bad acting, in the beginning of the movie when Aquaman fights the pirates, you know, it was him against Black Manta's dad,
Yeah.
and like Black Manta, like I forgot what happened. Like he impales his dad like with a fucking like piece of rebar or a pole or something.
He tries to he shoots him with the grenade launcher, which I'm taking away from the discussion just very quickly. Can Aquaman actually take a fucking grenade launcher to the chest? Because that confused me. I was like, or if you don't know, it's fine.
He can. He can't take grenade launchers. He can also take bullets, but they do hurt him though. I mean, they won't kill him,
but it'll just
but
hurt.
it'll hurt him.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Just thought I'd ask because that seemed a little ridiculous. So he just got up and was like, "Ow." But yeah, like he got hit with that. I think he tried to shoot him again. Yeah, he tried to reload, and then he threw the fucking pipe at him because he didn't want him to shoot him again. Probably because it was gonna hurt even more. And then he finds out that's your dad, and because he finds out it's his dad, he doesn't actually kill him. He lets him go, but of course he still fucking dies.
He does. I mean, I don't know. I think that's as fucked up. Just leaving them to die, even though he knows that they're stuck.
Well,
he's stuck. The dad's stuck.
Well, I don't know. Like some people would kind of. I don't know if that's the point you're making. Some people would argue that, like, yeah, that's not the Aquaman way. But at the same time, he's not Aquaman yet. He's still working out his morals, and also, they both were trying to kill him relentlessly, and they did kill a bunch of people, like, and attempt to, kill, I think, all those other people. They're probably going to hold him ransom and kill him, I don't know. So, I think what he said was fair, like, you got yourselves into this mess, fucking get yourself out of it,
Yeah.
But
and
yeah, I'll come back to that, though, later. But yeah, sorry, carry on.
actually, I want to continue it.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
But yeah, like the dad's pinned down. It's sinking. The submarine is sinking. The water's coming in, and his son, Black Manta, he's trying to help him out, trying to lift that huge machinery or whatever off his foot. And then Dad's like, "Oh no, you gotta leave me. You gotta go out there and kill that son of a bitch." And he's like, "No, I wanna
Daddy."
save you." And then I'm like, this is just dumb. Like the dad, he forces his son to leave him alone by taking out like a bomb or like a grenade.
Yeah.
And he pulls out the pin. And then, oh my God, the delivery of this line was bad. Like Black Manta was like, he's like, "Damn you!" And then he just fucking leaves him.
Yeah, I know, right?
That was just bad acting.
I love how he's sort of waving it in his hand a little as he's going further and further away, and it just pans in on his hand, like sort of, just sort of waving it. Any fucking time now, son! Any time now! Just waving it. And then boop.
That was just poor writing and just bad delivery. Because I don't think Black Manta was bad throughout the whole movie. He had some pretty good moments. He had some shining moments, but just this moment in particular with him saying "damn you," I thought that was just bad. Like it felt like I was watching a Batman. It felt like I was watching a movie directed by the guy who did Batman and Robin, Joel Schumacher.
Yeah.
It felt like one of those moments.
I did admittingly, even though it was a little cringy, I did admittingly like the first few fighting scenes where he's like, "Permission to come aboard," and he's like just grabbing the doors and just fucking just throwing it in people, and and he gets punched or something, and he's like, just like,
What the fuck?
just he does it. He pulls a Jason Momoa and just like just knocks him out or whatever. I thought it was good. I thought it was alright, and then I thought they got a bit carried away when they continued on with the humor, and I was like, okay, alright. They got serious though later, which is good.
It did. But
the two main things I really didn't fucking like though. Was one of them is more of a nitpick. I didn't like how they depicted the monster, the big badass monster. He finally gets to the trident, he's about to go grab it, and and he's like, and then all of a sudden, imagine, for anyone who hasn't seen it or who just wants an example, imagine The Thing. From The Thing, okay? If anyone's seen that, especially the older one, the first film that they made. Not the black and white one, the other one.
So the second film.
Yeah. Where, and
John Carpenter.
Yeah, exactly, John Carpenter. So then you see, like, right at the end, you see the Thing fully formed. You see the beast, oh my God, it looks so badass, holy shit, And then just imagine, like, out of its, like, mouth comes... Your tainted blood is not designed to wield the trident. You are not strong enough, and I have been famished for years. I'm like, what? No.
Are you complaining about the voice acting?
I suppose. I don't really know. I don't know. I suppose I was imagining something like Smaug, like, you dare enter the trident! But no, you just get, like, this weird feminine, like, oh, I'm fucking Maleficent from Sleeping Beauty or whatever. Like, you dare try to steal the trident from me. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I feel like I could push you over with a voice like that, yeah.
Yeah,
I suppose I'm being a stereotype, but yeah.
I honestly liked it. By the way, the voice actress of this monster, or the Kraken or whatever, it's actually the actors who played Mary Poppins. I'm not fucking lying to you. It's actually Mary Poppins. She's a fucking Kraken.
With your tainted blood, the medicine will never go down.
What's that fucking thing? She's super sec. I don't even know what the fucking song does. Super thumping sacagilocious. I don't know what the
supercalifragilistic. You are indeed not supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, young Aquaman. You will never wield the expialidocious.
That should have been her war cry in the battle scene, like at the end of the movie.
I was at least grateful that they dropped the fucking voice then. Like, cause that would have made that entire fighting scene just completely stupid. You know, you will not hurt the master Aquaman. She just starts smashing things. I am very hungry and just I'm very glad they only used it then. And yeah. I mean,
I personally didn't mind it. I actually liked it, and plus, just knowing that it's Mary Poppins as a fucking killer Crockett just makes it even more badass.
I suppose that does make it a little better, knowing it was Mary Poppins. The main thing I didn't like about the film though was and it comes back to that, and then I'll stop interrupting you. Was it sort of comes back to that whole dad thing? You know, he makes that decision to let him die. I'm like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Fine. Okay. If that's your morality, and you could make an argument that, okay, now his morality's changed. Perhaps that's what they were trying to put forth. But, I don't know. You gotta pick and choose your battles here, okay? That guy was a pirate. He probably killed people. Yeah, okay, sure. He was kind of relentless. But then you've got his brother that tries to lead a never-ending onslaught unto the human realm, the human people. What does he do in the process? He kills one of the kings.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? He lies to, and he sort of misleads and manipulates the one you were talking about, the Russian one.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, Nereus. Yeah.
Yeah, because he's like, I said, don't worry, I won't hurt your daughter. It'll be fine. Then he tells Black Mantis, okay, I want you to fucking kill him. Fucking kill him. Kill them all.
Then she did break Atlantean law, you know. She became a traitor.
Yeah, I mean, she did, but my argument here, I'm building to the point that basically he shouldn't have been left alive. Or it's very ironic that he's alive, and yet Mantis's dad is dead. Because, again, this guy killed a king, he manipulated one of the other kings, he was gonna kill one of the queens. Again, I know that it was by law and all that, but he probably broke another fucking law, which was something along the lines of, I don't know, misleading or manipulating another king. That's probably some sort of law that they've broken. And I don't know, I just thought it was a little weird that it felt too... I suppose it's more... It's probably not even just that the fact that he's alive. I suppose it's just more of the point that it felt too Marvel-y again, because it felt like too much of a happy ending. His brother's alive, they're probably gonna make up and fucking... I was about to say make up and have babies. Make up and, you know, be happy brothers in the future. His mother found his dad again. You know, like, there's this... Every loose end has been tied up, and that's great. But not every story has to have all the fucking loose ends tied up. I thought they were gonna, you know, pull an Uncle Ben or something at least, you know, like, Aquaman, you need to find your mother, you need to tell her that I love her or something. You know, you gotta do, I don't know, something. I just felt like it was, I don't know, maybe you're happy about it, it just felt like too happy ending, you know, like... And he's leading up to be the Aquaman. You've got to fuck up. You've got to make some mistakes here. He did fuck up, I suppose, by killing that dude's dad, but, like, I don't know. It felt too cookie cutter, I suppose, you know?
Yeah.
But, like, eh. But yeah, I don't know. I suppose it's not really the ending overall. I suppose it's just more so the movie in general. It felt too Marvel-y.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's a very standard story It's a, in your words, cookie cutter.
Yeah. So I
But
take back what I was saying before about the character, or Jason Momoa's character. It was just more so in general, just too marvelly. But sorry, carry on.
but what prevents this movie from just being a forgettable subpar superhero film? It's the action, the the CGI, and moments. There were some nice moments, in the movie. Like I like the chemistry between Aquaman and Mera. Like the whole scene at the desert and them, at Sicily, where there's chemistry building up. I
Yeah.
thought that was well done.
I thought it was accelerated a bit in certain areas. Like, he's trying to get some of that thigh there. See what you're doing there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was alright. It wasn't crazy stupid like some other movies where the woman's like head over heels for him like 5 minutes in the film. And it's like, you barely goddamn know each other.
Yeah, exactly.
I liked the rose eating scene as well.
Oh yeah, that was actually kind of adorable.
Yeah, because that's just... I'd probably do that too. Someone ate something weird. It's like, yeah, fuck it, whatever. I don't want him to look bad, I don't want him to look like an idiot. I'll do it too. I'll have to...
I just wish that that they gave Black Manta like a proper okay, no, not proper motivation, because having his father indirectly get killed by Aquaman is enough motivation to want Aquaman dead. I just wish the execution was better.
Yeah.
Like how it was done in the comics.
I wanted to know why he wanted him dead in the first place, because it just felt like they needed him to be interested in him for just no reason whatsoever, just so his dad could get killed, just so he'd have a proper reason to kill him. Like, I felt like that was pretty much the reason why Aquaman killed his dad. Not because, like, oh, he was super bad, or because of morals. It was just because, he needs a proper reason to fucking hate Aquaman. Like, and even then, it's kind of a stupid reason, because his dad did fire a grenade launcher at him.
And there is a really good reason why, why they fucking hate each other, because it's been a while since I read this Aquaman comic, this Aquaman run. It's part of the New 52 run, and for any listeners who are into comics, they know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much in 2011, DC decided to retcon their comics line so they could introduce, new readers.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty much what Marvel did in the year 2000 with their Ultimate Spider-Man comics and Ultimate X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
So they pretty much did, to retcon everything. They're like, okay, he's Aquaman #1, he's Batman #1, Superman #1, Wonder Woman #1. So you don't gotta, so you don't have to feel the need to catch up, with hundreds of other issues.
Mm-hmm.
So they retcon it, and this run in particular I'm going to talk about is by Jeff Johns, who's probably my favorite. And in his version of Aquaman, his run, his father, I forgot the name of his dad, but he's a fisherman. Mm-hmm. He's out in the ocean, and then his ship gets infiltrated by these pirates led by Black Manta. Mm-hmm. And Black Manta, he beats the living shit out of him. Mm-hmm. And Aquaman's dad is, he's in the hospital. And Aquaman, he was young when this happened. He was like 23 or 24. Mm-hmm. He sees his dad, and he's like, holy shit, like, who did this to you? And his dad, he's all dying. He's like, oh, it was this guy, but, don't do anything you'll regret. And then he dies. Okay. He dies right there, and then he gets fucking angry. He gets hurt, and he goes like on a path of vengeance to find Black Manta and get revenge. Mm-hmm. And he gets and Aquaman finds Black Manta's ship. He gets on it, and it was really dark. Like there was no lights around, mm-hmm. and he sees like a shadowy figure. And the shadowy figure, like, lunges at him. Like, he tries to lunge a spear at him. Mm-hmm. But Aquaman dodges it, and he kills him. Mm-hmm. And he finds out that it wasn't Black Manta. It was actually his dad.
Okay.
So Aquaman kills his dad, Black Manta's dad by accident, but it wasn't him who killed his father.
I'd say it's about even.
Yeah, and then to make things even worse, it turns out his dad did not die due to the wounds he received from fighting Black Manta. His father was already sick. He was diagnosed with pneumonia, and he died due to pneumonia.
Well, to be fair, playing devil's advocate, I'm sure the ass kicking that he received from this dude probably didn't help.
It probably didn't help either, but conclusion, it was pneumonia that killed, Aquaman's dad, not Black Manta.
Yeah.
But I love this. This is really well done because it teaches Aquaman a very valuable lesson, not to be so rash in these decisions, to be very careful and think carefully. Yeah. Not to just rush into these things, to be more aware of the situation, like a king, think wisely like a king.
Yeah. I feel like they should have did that. What you've just explained to me sounds so much better as to what they did with Mantis or Manta. Is it Mantis or Manta? Manta.
It's Manta.
Like, I feel like that is so much better. Like, even if they just pulled they pulled a Marvel. Like, it looked like he died, but in reality he just passed out or something from his wounds or something, and he's like, "Don't do anything stupid." And he goes back down to the submarine. He's like, "Fucking ah!" He fucking beats the shit out of people. He finds him. He fucking guts him. Finds out it's not actually him. It's his dad. Goes back. He finds out his dad is actually alive. "Oh, son, I wasn't actually dead. I don't know. I had fuck me. I'm dead for 30 minutes disease or something, They pulled that 3 times in this film. He looked like Aquaman was dead, he woke up. Looked like this person was dead, they woke up. But yeah, I feel like that would have been so much better. You still could have had your little happy ending with Aquaman's dad meeting his wife again.
Yeah.
Just pretending that he died. They kind of did that actually with the fucking car tsunami. They kind of just switched that out. And be like, "Oh, no, it was Mantis' dad who did that." Yep. And you need to come and retrieve the trident, because if you do that, people like this pirate are going to make things worse, and they're going to instigate a war. So you need to come down here and be the king and fucking help out. So, there you go. Bob's your uncle. By the way, Bob's your uncle.
Yeah, it would have been much better if they went down this route done by Jeff Johns, who did it flawlessly.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if I vaguely remember this because I saw this movie a week ago.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as Aquaman entered the ship and he got to Black Manta and his dad, they were talking to Aquaman as if they already met.
Yeah, exactly. "I've been searching all over the ocean for you."
Right. Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, holy shit, did they already met? This whole storyline, that I just told you, like Black Manta's reason for wanting Aquaman dead, that would have made more sense.
Yep.
If they were gonna do that, but no, I'm guessing the reason why they know each other already. Well, they don't know each other personally.
It's just he knows him.
Yeah, he just knows of him because he was made famous because in Justice League he teamed up with the other heroes and they fought this piece of shit, uninspiring CGI villain.
But even then, that happens after he becomes Aquaman, doesn't it? I haven't seen it, so I don't know, but I would assume.
Justice League happens before this movie.
Oh, so he's not actually Aquaman yet
He's not actually Aquaman yet. He's just some asshole with a fucking trident in Justice League. But in this movie, he becomes the Aquaman, obviously.
Okay, alright. Okay, take it back then.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll have to try and wrap it up now. It's been over an hour. But, if there's any other final things you want to mention, or any, if you want to reiterate your opinion of it or anything. As for me, I don't really like giving numbers because I'm shit with numbers. Because knowing my luck, I'll fuck up a rating later for something else, and it won't make sense. I would say it's just a very strong good. It's not amazing. It's not It's not like your piece of shit takeaway sloppy ass dinner that you're buying for like $2 at a a wannabe Taco Bell. And it's no fucking gourmet dinner that you're gonna spend $9,000 on and be like, oh, okay, I got like, it was always delicious. It's a good, strong middle ground film. I would definitely not class this as like movie of the year. I would not class this as shit of the year. If you've got any other good movies you want to watch them first. And if you still want to watch something that's pretty decent, then you can watch this. Or if you just really, really fucking like Jason Momoa. If you don't like Jason Momoa, then what the hell are you doing watching this? Then that's pretty much this movie. It's Jason Momoa trying to be something else other than Jason Momoa for the entirety of the film. But it's good. It was good. I probably wouldn't have watched it if I didn't get the premiere thing. And would I have been really upset if I didn't ever get to watch this film? Probably not. It probably would have just faded away into existence to me. But I'm glad that I did get to see the film because I enjoyed it. So I was very lucky, and yeah, I enjoyed it. It was good. It's a strong good, in my opinion. Yeah. So what do you think?
Pretty much the same, although I don't think it's a strong good. It's just a regular good, a standard good.
Yeah. Because you mentioned like,
I recommend it.
Yeah, because you mentioned like 7 out of 10, I think.
Yeah, 7 out of 10. Yeah,
Yeah.
I recommend it. You don't got to see all the other movies before it, although I do recommend Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Another thing I recommend though is reading the Aquaman run by Jeff Johns. They just released his entire collection, in one beautiful hardcover book.
Mm-hmm.
I think you can get it for like $40 on Amazon, but if that's not how you roll, you can just buy the first 4 volumes separately for like $10 each.
Mm-hmm.
But I highly recommend it. Aquaman by Jeff Johns. It's really fucking good stuff. Something that anybody can enjoy, really, because the writing is just that good.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, I mean, I think that'd definitely be good then. If you had a taste for more, and yeah, I'll have to try and look into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, as for me, I'd say I was probably a bit lower than a 7. Again, I don't like using numbers, but probably a bit lower than a 7. But I could definitely see why you'd be around that. I wouldn't say that's a ridiculous score. If someone gave it a fucking 9 or a 10, then yes, that's a bit retarded. Sorry, it's a little bit hard for a film like this. It's not shit though. It's not crap.
The only superhero movie that's getting a 9 out of 10 from me this year is Into the Spider-Verse.
Yes, which is something that I honestly don't know how the hell would play out, but
you just see it, dude. It's really good. To all of you as well, I highly recommend To the Spider-Verse. I like it even more than Infinity War.
But what if they could only see Aquaman or the Spider-Man movie then, Mr. Erick?
Then see the Spider-Man movie, because that's a much better movie.
But that doesn't have Jason Momoa in it.
Well, too fucking bad. Just watch his fucking half-naked scenes on YouTube from Game of Thrones.
You can gaze at a different kind of actor. Which was similar to the dick bulge that I was around when I was taking pictures with the
his fucking wax statue, the wax statue dick bulge.
Yes, the beautiful wax sculpture dick bulge, which I will kindly put pictures of.
I wouldn't be surprised if some desperate middle-aged hag just fucking grabbed the fucking bulge and cut it off just to keep it to herself.
Oh yeah, some people thought I was licking the trident when I was underneath him. And and they were like, "Oh, were you licking the trident?" Like, I wasn't sure if they were, upset. And I was just like, "No, I don't know who the fuck's been touching that. No," and I stand by that. And they were like, "Oh yeah, no, we agree. Yeah, you don't want to know who's been touching that. Yeah." But they were very nice. They weren't angry. They were very nice. They thought it was fun.
That's cool.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it was good. But yeah, thank you very much for watching and listening to me and my good old friend Eric here have a yarn. And if you like this stuff, feel free to let us know. And yeah, hopefully we'll see you again next time, and yeah. See
Have
you.
a good one.